So this is the ergonomic seaming demo, how to do ergonomic seaming and use color blocking as well. So I would start with the lightest color in your color blocking. For example, for me it's going to be red, and I want to block out those areas with my red color. It's like coral red because it's a little bit easier. So ergonomic seaming, it's very kind of flowing. It has a flowing movement on the body, so you don't want to color it in a way that markers go against that flow. You want to show that it's in that flow, so you want to color it in that direction. So here I'm using a little bits of red as well, and I'm keeping my flowy movement everywhere. So here is the second color I'm going to be using, and it's going to be blue, and the blue is going on the outside of the pants. And with darker color you want to be more careful because you can't fix it as easily as lighter color. So it's better to leave a little bit like space in between because you can fix it than to overdo it. So I did this part, and actually this is a mistake. I should have started from here and then go here so that I'm not smearing with my hand. But in this scenario, I'm just gonna put my little piece of paper to avoid that, to not smear the wet paint. And then now I'm going to add my black color, and for black I like to start actually not with black but with really dark gray. I feel a little I feel gray gives space for having shadows, so if you just do black then you sort of don't have a space to add any shadows. And again, being as careful as you can, because black is, once it's applied, then you're kind of done. I'm gonna cover the seams too. I wanted to do different color, but I feel it's gonna get too choppy. And then I'm gonna do this side. So you can see I'm covering like one area at a time. I'm not trying to do the whole section at once, because then it's a little bit easier. So if you're right-handed, this is what I was talking about. It's better to start from left and move to right. Then you're not smearing your own work by, you know, putting your hand on it. But if you do that, just use a little piece of paper and put your hand on top. That will help you to prevent smearing. And here. Now I'm gonna go back with shadows. So on black, I'm gonna use my darkest black, which is 100. So previously I was using this T9, but right now this is appropriate time to use black for shadows, because then it will help to kind of make it more dimensional. And then for red, I'm just gonna use the same red to add shadows. I'm just gonna saturate it more and a little bit kind of airbrush, like have that airbrush effect by just blending in the tone into the white, into the, not white, but lighter color. So you saturate and you kind of feather it into the lighter areas. So this part I'm gonna do a little darker. And I'm gonna finish with black. Same thing with the blue. I'm just gonna use the blue to feather it, to kind of blend it into from dark to light in those areas. And if you want to use lighter tone to blend it, you can use that too. So for example, with the blue, I want to kind of blend it in with this different lighter tone to bring it more in. And I feel with red, I can go a little bit deeper, might help to add more depth. So I'm gonna use darker shade of red as well, just a tiny bit. I feel that will give more of a depth and more of a sporty feel. And then again, you can, so this is the darker shade, this is lighter. I'm gonna blend back in to the lighter with lighter tone. So black is dry. I can maybe do a little bit more emphasis in shadow areas with black and smooth out areas that look a bit choppy. The thing about modern materials, they're not shiny, so you don't want to make it look shiny. It's more kind of a matte effect because it's nylon, and nylon is not as shiny as previous materials that people were using. Okay, so this is kind of my base, and then I'm gonna wait for a second for it to dry. And again, it depends on your style. If you want a little bit kind of looser, sketchier feel, you can use your pencil, or if you want kind of a more tighter feel, you can use your marker pen, Copic marker, to outline. So it's this or this, it depends what's the effect you want. So I'm gonna use pencil to kind keep this a little bit looser feel. And I'm going to outline. When you outline, you can fix all these problematic areas, not problematic, but whatever I left a little bit wide, you can go back and just kind of slightly fix it, because I didn't want my colors to blend into each other, and that's why I was leaving them a little bit away from touching each other. But now I can fix all those areas and have a more complete look. I like these pencils. They don't crash as much as Prisma, and they're a little bit more smoother, I feel. So if you want, you can experiment with this brand, Cavendish. It's a Swiss brand, I think. So again, finishing my outline. And I'm gonna just do a little bit of it so you can see that it's not a ghost, there is a body. Okay, so now I want to go in with my gel pen and make the seams with a gel pen. So you want to check if your paint is dry. You don't want to smear it, so make sure you're not putting your hand on still wet paint. And on athletic clothes, people use flat lock or double needle, so almost all the seams are double, or they have flat lock, which is kind of like this. I'm gonna do it here, and then it has like a zigzag in between. So you want to look what kind of seams you want to use, and be aware what kind of machines or stitching is used in your design. So I'm outlining them with white gel pen. So here I'm gonna do that same like flat lock seaming. And then here I'm doing like double needle. So all this stitching, it just adds a little bit more sporty feel, so it's nice to be a bit more detailed about this. And then what I like to do is also use black pen right next to white, because it just pops the seams a little bit better. So you can use that technique, just right next to the white, putting a little bit black. It cleans up all the seams, and B, it just pops them. I'm gonna use this one. I think this is a little better. And again, you can clean up additionally if you feel needs to be cleaned up. in some areas. Yeah, so this is basically it. I would just kind of finish my tie as well, and that's it.